everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show. This is the NFL picks for today. As we are doing it up here on the Scott Show, we have 13 games on tap for this weekend. We do our NFL picks because they start actually on Thursday, Thursday Night Football. It is Miami and Baltimore. They are in Baltimore. I do have to give a shout out to all our wonderful people in Baltimore. And I'm going to give you guys an I'm sorry at the same time, because I picked Miami to win. And Baltimore kind of let me down last week, so I'm going to give Miami the win here. They look like they're going to do really well this season. So big thumbs up to the Dolphins. I do want to say before we go on that my record currently 11-4. Last week 82%. Or 82 points to the plus side, which I was really pumped up for. That is just for the week. For the season, I am 61-45, 110 to the plus side. That is how many points differential that we have with all the games. So with 106 games played, 110 points to the good for me. 61 wins, 45 losses. So this week, with only 13 games on tap, even if I lost them all, I would not get below 400 or below 500 or 400. I wouldn't, but 500 is your complete average. So there you go. I'm above average. Yay, go me. All right. So moving on, we're gonna go to. We did the Thursday game, Miami being the winner there. We're going to go on to Sunday morning breakfast in England, as we have the Minnesota Vikings, as they will be playing the Cleveland Browns in London, England. I jokingly called this Breakfast at Wimbledon Football Edition the other day. Actually, while I was steps away from US Bank Stadium. I called it Breakfast at Wimbledon Football Edition. American football, I guess. Whatever works. So I'm going to call for Minnesota to win that. They are one of the best teams out there right now, as far as the way that they look, as far as the way they look in their division. They've got it going on, and hopefully they'll keep it going on. I do remember one season they were so good at the beginning and then just died at the end, and I don't want to see that again. So I'm going to give Minnesota the win here, though. Cleveland has a lot of growing up to do, so we'll see what happens. Oakland over Buffalo in Buffalo. I think Buffalo has not hit their stride yet. I think they're going to in January. Later in November, December, and January, when it gets colder, the Buffalo Bills show up. So be very, very afraid of the Buffalo Bills when it gets colder. Indianapolis and Cincinnati. I'm going to pick Cincinnati. Indianapolis only wins this season have came to the winless Browns and the winless 49ers. So Cincinnati at home, I'm going to give them the win, and we'll see what happens there. The Chargers in New England, I feel terrible. I feel terrible in saying that I'm going to pick the New England Patriots here. If I lose this game, let it only be by 1 point, and I'd be cool with taking the loss on this one because I want to see the Chargers win, but I'm going to give it to New England. They're in New England. Chicago and New Orleans, I'm going to have to give it to New Orleans only because they're at home. They beat the Packers last week at home. However, if I lose this game, I won't be too sad either because Chicago, they did pretty good last week. They beat Carolina, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Chicago win, but it would be interesting anyway. Atlanta beating the Jets. That's what I have. 1 o'clock game. Atlanta over the Jets. I have Philadelphia, probably one of the best teams currently in the league, beating the San Francisco 49ers. Winless San Francisco. They need a big boost And by boost, I mean one of those things that you put on your heart and go boom. A defibrillator. Never thought I was going to use that word on an NFL pick, but San Francisco and Cleveland both need one, as they will be fighting for the first round draft pick, which is probably Jalen Hurts from Alabama. That's probably who that draft pick's going to be. Or somebody else. But, yeah. I think they would both be pretty happy with the quarterback, or maybe some really good defensive line guy that's awesome. Just pick Alabama. Just pick the entire Alabama team, because I think they'll be fine. I have Carolina over Tampa Bay. In Tampa Bay. I just have some faith in Carolina this week. Seattle over Houston in Seattle. I think the home field advantage plays a big part in Seattle's overall gameplay. So, big shout out to the Seahawks, as I became, I can't say, I'm not like a huge Seattle fan, but what the hell, I like the Seahawks. They're a good team, and I gotta give a big shout out to Russell Wilson, because he's freaking awesome. So, I'm just gonna say it. Even if you don't like Seattle, you gotta give him respect. Dallas over Washington in Washington. I have Pittsburgh winning over Detroit in Detroit. Ford Field, they're going to be playing at, but I give it to Pittsburgh anyway. And I'm going to give it to the Chiefs over Denver. If the Chiefs lose this week, I will not pick them for like 2 weeks. Because, yeah, I'm like that. I'm vengeful. And Kansas City let me down the last 2 weeks. So, meh. Yeah, okay, that sounds like something that should be on a podcast. Alright, that's how we do it here, folks, on the Scott Show. We have a lot of fun. We enjoy everything that we do here on the show. We got lots of other podcasts coming up today, including our 5 States Challenge. The challenge is to like, share, subscribe, get as many people to like and share. And then, we get some revenue off of that, and we make some money off of those. And then the state that's on the podcast gets the money. That's how we do it up. And what we're going to do here today, we're going to do some super fast pick'ems. I'll let you guys know who I picked one more time as we go speed race around. Here we go. We got Miami, Minnesota, Oakland, Cincinnati, New England, New Orleans, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Carolina, Seattle, Dallas, Pittsburgh, and Kansas City. And I only said Cleveland because I want to one of these days, but they ain't going to win anything. They ain't going to win jack. So let's try that one more time without the Cleveland reference. It's Miami, Minnesota, Oakland, Cincinnati, New England, New Orleans, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Carolina, Seattle, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Kansas City. See, I can't say that too fast. I'm not fast like that, a talker. I like to take my time. And we will take our time, make some awesome picks. Hopefully, we win all 13 games and win them by 1.5 miles. But, folks, I can't always win that Thursday game. That's always a difficult one for me to pick up. So we'll just see what happens there. So, folks, we got awesome stuff coming up today. We do all of this to end homelessness and poverty with the 102550 Homeless Project. Check us out, 102550.net. Also, tinyurl.com/102550. That's where you find all of our podcasts as we make it happen here on the Scott Show podcast. We have our TCW Fantasy Wrestling stuff coming up today. We have Workout with the Scott Show. We are going to be talking about how to get yourself more buff and just make things happen. So we have a lot of fun here on the show. We will continue to. You guys continue to listen, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell all your buddies. Say, hey, you need to listen to the Scott Show podcast. He's making a difference, and you can make a difference by being a subscriber. Please subscribe to us, follow us, whatever you can do. Just hit us up on Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, YouTube, all over the place. And if you're still hanging out with us, you get to hear me say, as I like to on some of these podcasts, Maestro, kick my music.